Hey, how's it going, guys, and welcome back. Now, a lot of people were really receptive to my recent Digimon World Next Order starters guide video, where we sort of just broke down which starters emerged from which Digi-Eggs, which admittedly was very surface level, but I think that it's no secret that a lot of people wanted to know what their starters would evolve to, regardless of which are good or bad, just sort of an aesthetic thing. That being said, today we're going to be going over the Tamer skill mechanic that is present within the game and will be integral to your long-term success beyond the lifespan of any of your Digimon. As you guys would probably know by now, I'm by no means an expert in these systems, as I am too just playing this game for my first time. However, the systems are pretty self-explanatory, and I've done some additional research as well. I'm also further into the Let's Play series than my releases, obviously, since I typically will record them in sort of groups just due to my work schedule. So depending on when this video comes out, my Let's Play might only have like 1 or 2 skills unlocked, maybe none, but do keep in mind that I'm like several episodes ahead of where the Let's Plays are. It's funny because I oftentimes will get comments telling me, oh, you should do this, and I'm like, oh, I did that like 2 episodes later. But anyways, skills are extremely important as they can increase how much you can carry, the birth stats of your Digimon, how much stats you gain from battle, your Digimon's lifespan, and more. So if you want to learn a little bit about these systems so that you're prepared for your adventure in Digimon World Next Order, make sure to sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Alright, so first things first, if you're gonna want to actually unlock any skills, you need to increase your Tamer level. Each time you increase this Tamer level, you will gain skill points, which can then be used to unlock some of these abilities. Do note that unlike a lot of games that feature skill trees, you can in fact unlock every single skill eventually, so you don't have to worry about missing out or wasting your skill points. It's more so the order that you have to worry about, but even then, it's not a massive deal because you can always get more skill points. To increase your Tamer level, literally everything you do in the game will add to this, whether it be walking, picking stuff up, battling, training your partners, etc. In order to access the skill menu, you can press the X or the triangle equivalent on your PC and head into the Tamer subcategory. You'll be welcomed with 2 different menus, one showcasing your currently acquired skill and the other showing the various unlockable skills. If you have no unlocks available, it'll just be empty, but if you do, just make sure you navigate up to the section that allows you to unlock more skills. You'll notice that there are 4 main categories with regards to skills, which include basic, trainer, survival, and combat, which are pretty self-explanatory, but we'll dive into them a little further one by one and take note of some of the better skills within these categories for beginners. First up, we have the basic skills, which, as the name suggests, encapsulates non-specific skills and is essentially your generalist category, as the others are a little more specific. This category can be further broken down into subcategories, as well as every skill category. There are several sub-branches, starting with the treat type, which gives slight boosts to bond, Digi-Friends, and happiness bonuses. Life type, which can increase the lifespan of your Digimon. Carrier type, which are various bonuses to how many items and resources you can carry in your bag. And reverse type, which gives stat buffs to reincarnated Digi-Eggs. This last one is pretty good early-ish game for when you go through your first Digimon deaths. As you can see with a lot of these skills, you have the base skills and then the arrows indicating the enhanced version, so obviously you'll have to unlock them left to right in order to get the more powerful ones. Each individual skill, of course, comes with its own skill point cost, so you're going to have to pay attention to that too. Next, we have the trainer skills, which consists of teacher type, which contains skills that revolve around buffs gained from the training dojo. Life care, which buffs the effects of various bonuses received while doing the monster raising mechanics of the game, like sleeping, feeding, taking a dump, etc. And evolving type, which revolves around giving buffs to stat gains that occur during Digivolution. Next, we have the survival category, which revolves around looting, fishing, getting materials, and more. First is the Finder type, which boosts the rate of wild grown ingredients and fishing. The Extractor type, which helps with extracting materials from wood, rock, lakes, etc. The Camper type, which improves your cooking. And finally, the Walker type, which is pretty cool and useful early on, as it'll give slight buffs to your HP and MP while walking around, so you'll just heal for walking. I think the HP boost is definitely something to keep in mind in the early game. The MP one is a little hefty. It's like 7 skill points, if memory serves. But definitely the first one I think is pretty good to have. The last category for skills is the Commander category, a lot of which revolves around battle. The Order type can add new slots to your skills and even the ability to defend. The defending perk is especially good early game since it'll be used in tandem with encouragement to increase order points in battle and not take too much damage. The tactical type skills increase with different types of scenarios like crit chances from behind, increasing the damage of cooperative attacks, etc. The item user type is also really good. It can improve the range of thrown items, the area of effect, and it can even make it so that occasionally you will not consume an item. The drop type has skills that give more resources and money when defeating an enemy. And finally, last but not least, we have learning type, which can improve the stats you get in battle and even the chances of learning a skill from an enemy, which is something that'll happen when battling. I'd say the increased stats are definitely one to go for early, despite it costing 5 skill points, since battling wild enemies is the best way to increase your Digimon's power. But yeah, that was a brief look at a couple of tips on which to use early on. This mechanic, in my opinion, is really important to have just in any game like this, where your Digimon can and will die, making you feel like you've lost a lot of progression. But despite that, these skills that you gain will permeate beyond any Digimon's life, allowing you to become stronger as a tamer. Like I said earlier, I'm not an absolute expert in this game just yet. I'm learning as I go, but with this guide, you should at the very least have a general knowledge of the system. And honestly, I wish I understood this a lot better when I first started playing. There's going to be a lot of guides that I make that are specifically tailored to how much issues I was having when I started. So if you're someone who's just beginning with this game, I hope these types of guides are helpful. Let me know in the comments what other guides you want to see. I do have a plan for a big tips and tricks video. I would like to dive into the evolution mechanic, but it does seem to be quite complex. So it might take me a little while to get something like that done. I have a first impressions video coming out. Basically, if you've been following my channel for a while and seen a lot of the different types of videos I put out when new games come out, you can expect those types of guides. But yeah, all that being said, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out my Discord, Patreon, and Twitter linked below. Special thanks to the patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Dro Ghost, Dark Persona, Exodus, and Candy Marunzi. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.